welcome into Getting Help from Uncle Sam. And one of the things we love the most, Jack,
the military,
is our military,
yes,
and being able to do whatever we can as civilians for
That's
them.
True. That's right.
And we have retired Lieutenant Colonel Jerry Lobb. And Jerry, you were with the reserves as their main communication officer, I believe. Is that pretty right?
I was public affairs officer with the 908th for 21 years. I could almost hold a job.
Wow. Yeah.
All right.
That was a long time.
Yeah. And there is an organization called the Alabama Military
Support Foundation. And
we do wonderful things. And you are a member of that board. And I am blessed this year to be the president. And I really love it. And my heart is with you. But it's a 501c3. Correct. And let's tell our audience how they can help and what it is and what we do.
Originally, the organization began as an effort to educate employers about, Guard and Reserve employers about when we deploy and what that does, and
the support they needed.
To have the employer support the employee, guardsman, reservist, and also to recognize those that go above and beyond. Some employers continue the person's insurance, they take care of the family while they're gone, and those kinds of things. And the Alabama Military Support Foundation would contribute to efforts to both educate and recognize employers that went above and beyond the call. That was how we began. Now we've kind of evolved into providing other support for military related charities and causes. Some of the things that we've done include we helped fund some of the construction of the Freedom Park on Maxwell for families and children of military members to go out and have a place to play and enjoy good equipment and things like that on Maxwell. And it's got a park. We put in some equipment there, including a couple of fire pits, so people can burn some burgers at the park.
Barbecue grills.
Have a good time, absolutely.
And then also something else we've done recently is we've been assisting the Red Tails Foundation with attempting to educate up and coming young pilots. Of course, what's important, the Tuskegee Airmen, this being local for us, we're attempting to help encourage more young African Americans and people of color to get involved in the aviation industry. There is a desperate need for pilots. It's a good way for them to be employed. Of course, the Air Force, we need pilots and air crew members, and so it's an effort to educate people and to help them improve their lot by becoming pilots or maintenance people and things like that in the aviation related industry. And if anybody's looking for a really good job and a thing to do in the future that there's a high demand for, being an airline pilot or being a pilot in the Air Force is an awesome career.
Being a pilot in the Air Force, I think, is fantastic in that there are so many blessings other than just being able to fly. And we are very proud to be able to support with scholarships. I love the fact that our foundation is giving scholarships to help aid people who need help in that. And then there are some other things that we do all over the state. This is not just local. This is a statewide Alabama Military Support Foundation.
And we've been involved in other charitable efforts down in Mobile and also in other parts of the state with military-related charities and causes, including with post-traumatic stress disorder. We have helped sponsor an event to educate first responders, chaplains, ministers, psychologists, and things of that nature on how to respond to PTSD. And so we helped sponsor that convention here a couple years ago. And so we're looking for ways to continue to help support military members, their families, and to be of value to the community as to our military community population.
Jack, we also took part in the acquisition of the F-35, which is such a boon to our whole state, not just Montgomery. But we also contributed to that and helped with the procurement of the F-35, which affects everybody. It was nice to be a part of that. We did.
Welcoming the F-35 and also events that were intended to help create the proper environment to land the aircraft.
Now, Jerry, our viewers right now, because it's getting close to income tax day, when they're getting ready to do their state tax, there's a little checkoff box where they can make a donation from their tax refund to your organization.
Correct, and we would appreciate any donations as you're getting ready to do your taxes. Mine are at the accountant. We'll see how it works out. Anyway, you can check off a block at the bottom and make a donation to the Alabama Military Support Foundation that direction. Also, we should soon have a website up through which donations can also be provided.
Let's be clear, this is only if you have a refund
coming back. That's
and
right.
if you want to give some or all of your refund, then you check that box for the Alabama Military Support Foundation.
You're ready to roll.
And we would appreciate your support.
Good.
And we look forward to doing further good causes for our military members around the state.
And thank you for continuing to do the great work you've done all of your career.
Thank you, sir.
So this is another move in your direction.
So you're just helping us serve those who serve us. And thank you so much for being with us, and we'll be right back.